to re-energize and vitalize your channel. 5 steps to rank videos on YouTube.
Holy smokes! Not again! It's mission critical, isn't it, boss?
Brian G. Johnson!
Hey, it's me, Brian G. Welcome back. High five. If you're new to the channel, if you want to drive views, gain subscribers, if you want to not only share your videos on YouTube, but amplify them, well, smash that subscribe button so you don't miss anything. And let's get cracking. The most critical element when it comes to ranking videos on YouTube is absolutely relative audience retention. It's a metric that studies the percentage of viewers and how long they watch, and YouTube has told us time and time again that they reward videos that keep viewers watching in the search engine. And you can have your SEO all dialed in, and yet if your audience retention, if those scores are below average, you may drive some views, but you're never gonna hit it big. And I'm gonna share 2 methods that I've used to increase my audience retention numerous times, no matter the niche. Whether you've got a gaming channel, a beauty channel, maybe you're a vlogger, these strategies apply. And furthermore, I'm gonna share one of the methods I use and another method that my buddy Nick Nimmin uses.
I'm Nick Nimmin, and I approve this message.
Now, to be able to really dial in our audience retention, we have to put ourselves in the shoes of the viewers and really try to identify why they A, bail on videos early, or what we want, what makes them stick around and continue to watch the very thing that YouTube has told us they reward. Now, before we jump into the nitty-gritty, we really need to address some of the things that humans place value on. Now, some of these are on a conscious level, like someone looking for the best gazpacho recipe on YouTube. That's what they are consciously after. However, if you're able to make that viewer laugh, if you can do something fun, if you can lighten their day, that's absolutely value. Another way you can add value is to inspire with your story. Another thing you can do is to share information in a new way, to really dive into a subject with a unique angle that makes people think. Another really important point is 8 seconds. That's the attention span of someone online today. We need to hook viewers and quickly. Now, before you even step in front of a camera, you can take the time to really identify an exact topic. And the clearer you are on what you're gonna cover, the easier you're going to have communicating what your video's about. The last video I uploaded was based on how to get more views fast, really, really fast. Do you remember that video? And my thumbnail clearly communicated that exact thing. And the video title was, "You're Not Going to Believe How to Get More Views on YouTube Fast." So at this point, I have a very congruent message. And this was the first 10 seconds of my video. You're not gonna believe these 15 tips and tricks that you can use to get more views on YouTube fast. I mean, fast. Just how fast? Fast. Really, really fast. You dig? And in the first 10 seconds, I mentioned the exact words that are in the title, that are in the thumbnail, and this is the first step in a 5-step process in crafting a really powerful first 40 seconds that time and time again for me has resulted in above average and often high relative audience retention. In fact, the video I mentioned had a high audience retention over the first 2 minutes. So the first step in those 5 steps is to identify the exact keyword phrase you're going to target, because as we move on, as you create your thumbnail, as you create your first 10 seconds, everything focuses and revolves around that exact keyword match. Step number 2 is to identify related or additional keyword phrases that I discover when exploring the exact match keyword phrase from step number 1. Now, another thing I do is I literally write all this information out on a whiteboard, and that's right in front of me. I want to be able to look right up and see the words I'm going to speak as I'm on camera, and furthermore, it makes it easy for me to practice my delivery when I'm on the set. Now, step number 3 is to take the time to craft those first 10 seconds. I write out no more than 25 words that make up that first 10 seconds of my video. And I do this because I want to ensure that I'm incorporating the exact keyword phrase that I'm targeting. That was step 1. Now I'm going to ensure I include that in step 3. I also, because I took the time in step 2 to identify related words, may want to include a few of those related keyword phrases to hopefully drive some additional views based on those related keyword phrases. Step number 4 is you roll your intro if you have one. Do not start your video with your brand intro. People don't care about your brand intro. They're there for the value they're hoping to gain from your video. And this is a problem. Remember that progress bar? Well, viewers are trying to identify, am I going to get any value and am I making any progress in this video? And if you start your video off with an intro, no good. And step number 5 is then to welcome returning subscribers. You want them to kind of get to know you. Hey, it's Brian. Good to see you. High five every single time. You want to tell new viewers, hey, if it's your first time to the channel, welcome, I'm Brian. And if you want to, and then whatever your channel is about, if your channel is a beauty channel, what is it about your channel that's going to make people want to come back? The benefit. Then you add that to your step 5. So your step 5 is all about you. It's all about gaining more subscribers, letting people know who you are and why they should subscribe. And then you pitch the subscription right then. This is powerful because you're doing that at about the 25-second point in your video. A lot of people will hear you saying, hey, you should subscribe to my channel. And when I started including a call to action for subscribers early, the subscriber growth really shot up. And those are the 5 steps. I mentioned me and my buddy Nick. Now, what I've done really successfully is to incorporate kind of quirky, zany humor, and it works really well. There are a few rules. You've got to lead with what your video is about. If you're in the niche of losing weight, or if you're a beauty channel and you want to make people laugh, awesome. But if your video is about lipstick, mention lipstick early. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is that's about it for rules. And what you want to do is test out beginnings, different intros, ideas. If you're going to be quirky and different, if you're going to leverage humor, then try things out. And when you find something that works, repeat it. I have repeated a number of my intros again and again. And every time the relative audience retention has been very, very good. So my first really successful video on the new channel was this iMovie tutorial. Video editing using nothing more than your iPhone? It's true. And in this video, I'll take you inside the iPhone and we'll edit and it'll be awesome. Stick around. Okay, I'm inside the iPhone. What next? And I used that 3 or 4 times, and every time my relative audience retention was pretty high. Testing different things out, you can identify what works, and you can use that again and again. And by the way, this intro, that's the second time I've used it. The first time, the retention was crazy high. And the second tip is from Nick Nimmin. It's pretty simple, but it can take some practice to truly implement. Remember that progress bar. In the beginning of your video, those 5 steps I just walked you through, you're only promising and ensuring you're going to deliver value. The sooner you can get to the section of a video where you're showing people a tutorial, where you're demonstrating, when you're really delivering the promised value, the better off you're going to be. When I started out, it took me 60 seconds to get to that point. I saw Nick Nimmin come into his own about 3 months ago with some amazing videos where he was really prompt, the cadence was fast, and he got to the meat within about 40 seconds. I started tweaking my delivery to imitate that, and it's been powerful. Here's what you want to do moving forward as a YouTuber. You don't ever want to copy, and I don't think I've copied, but I've certainly taken my style, taken my Brian G. Johnson brand, and incorporated it into those 5 elements. and gotten to the meat faster, and it's helped my video retention, and it can help you too. I hope you found this video to be helpful. If you're new to me, B to the G, if you want to drive those views, if you want to gain subscribers, well, make sure to subscribe. Click the icon below. You won't miss anything, and you'll feed a poodle. I got two, and they're pretty hungry. I'll see you next time. Poof. Pixie dust.